Let's open with what a full combo looks like. We start with normal summoning Airlifter. This lets us add a spell from our deck. We add and activate HQ, and this will give us a second normal summon of a Rescue-ACE monster. Normal Hydrant, and then Chain Alert here. Now we get to add 2 Rescue-ACE monsters to our hand. So we add Attacker and Turbulence. And you guessed it, we link into Barricade Board Blocker. So why are we doing this? Now that we have the Rescue-ACE cards in the grave, we can banish 2, keeping Hydrant in the grave to special summon Turbulence from our hand. Whenever we summon a Rescue-ACE monster, we can also special summon Fire Attacker. Turbulence can set a copy of each of the Rescue-ACE spell traps to our field, and yes, we will be using all of them next turn. Link 2 machine monsters, Attacker and Blocker, into Auroradon. It summons 3 tokens, and then we tribute 1 and itself to summon O-Lion. Synchro into XL, and O-Lion gets to summon another token. XL sends Jet Synchron to the grave, making it level 4, and we will use it next turn. Synchro into Cupid Pitch, we increase the level by 1, and then summon Savage Dragon. Chainlink 1 Pitch, Chainlink 2 Savage. Now we have a negate on board, and then Pitch will deal 800 damage and searches out Corridor. Corridor shuffles back Jet to our deck to summon itself. We tribute it for Colossus. HQ shuffles back 4 rescue cards that are either banished or in the grave, and we get to draw 1 card. So now we pass our turn. In draw, we summon back Hydrant with Rescue. With Hydrant on board, we can use Alert to search out a copy of Impulse from our deck. They open with Fenrir and then Legendary Ocean. I just negate Ocean with Savage. They use Fenrir here, and we have to chain in this exact order. CL2 Impulse, and then Chainlink 3 Contain. So their Fenrir is negated, and then we get to summon Attacker from our deck. Here, we just quick Synchro into Baronne for an additional negate. They use Thrust here, but I negate it. I didn't really have to since they can only set a card with it with Colossus on board. Tribute Fenrir for Kairi Shin, and we just pop it. They set 2 and pass their turn. In my draw phase, they pop Tikaboo, and it would only be removing Hydrant, but I negate it anyways, and then they leave. This hand that we have here is also full combo. But say for whatever reason you don't want to use Auroradon, so let's see what else we can do. We special Fenrir and it baits out the Ash. We always start with Airlifter, adding HQ, and then HQ lets us bonus summon Hydrant. Link the fire monsters away into IP. And then we banish them for Turbulence. Turbulence now sets a copy of each of the rescue spell traps. Corridor summons itself, shuffling back the banished Hydrant, and then we tribute it for Colossus. And here we just pass. Our branded opponent just happened to open the single branded fusion. They sent Albaz and Lubellion to their grave to summon Albion. Chainlink 1 Albion, Chainlink 2 Impulse, Chainlink 3 Contain. Albion is negated, and now we get to summon Hydrant. And then Fenrir just banishes their Albion so they don't get Lebellion to the field. Talents takes my Colossus, but I don't really care. Normal Albaz send Tragedy to the grave to make Mirror Jade, but it gets extinguished. And then they just leave. Easy. So here is my deck list. I will also have replays going second versus Kashtira Scareclaw and Gishki Spright after this section, so check it out if you're interested. There are 5 different parts of this deck. First we have the hand traps, the usual Droll, Maxi, and Nibiru, and then we have the Auroradon combo. So that's Jet Synchron, O-Lion, Corridor, Colossus, Pitch, XL Synchron, Savage Dragon, Barricade Borg Blocker, and of course, Auroradon. Third, we have the turn 0 Barone combo. For this, we need Impulse and Hop Ear Squadron in hand. Impulse summons Attacker, and then Hop Ear will then synchro into Assault Stardust, which will then summon Stardust, and then we can synchro that Stardust and Hop Ear into a Tower's Barone. You can see me do this in the Gishki replay. Then of course we have the Rescue-ACE cards, and finally the last section of Fenrir and the Gizmek Chicken. The bird contributes itself to special summon Hydrant from the deck. If you want, you could also replace this with a copy of 1-for-1, but obviously 1-for-1 is a UR. So you've seen what this deck can do going first, and then you'll see what it can do going second after this section. At the current state, I think this deck is fun, but bricky. It is also missing 2 of the best cards, so I think currently that the Synchro version is the best way to play the deck. However, when Preventer and Emergency are released, you wouldn't need to play the Auroradon part of the deck. Aside from Turbulent and Hydrant, most of the cards are low rarity, but I expect Preventer and Emergency to both be URs. Be prepared for when the time comes. My next video will be on Kashtira Scareclaw. I hope you learned something from the video. Thanks for watching.